what we see now, so after we imported the files, linked them, we see a lot of models. If I check here the file catalog and I click on the view, nothing is changing. This is the main model. If we go for filters and we see here the source, here is a checkbox. If we hide this, you see that things are changing. I also see a lot of assets or codes. If you go here, the left labels, it's room labels and level labels. Now they're gone. I first guide you to the filters. So basically, there are a few filters that are already preset. First, you have the Revit categories. If you select them, they are on. If you select them, they're off. Actually, quite straightforward. If you want to see them separately, you can check them and then check them separately like this, and then you have the air terminals like this. These are all the air terminals. What is something nice to have is here the cluster by Revit categories, and now we're having it on rooms, spaces, walls, center lines, pipes, etc. If you click it again, it's creating again it, and then you see the different levels again. You put them off, and we go into add some filterings. So first we go here to the edit filter button. Here we see all of the different parameters we can choose. Assembly code, Revit families, status. I want to have asset properties, for example, abbreviation, circuits, barcodes. You can add them all. All the parameters that are in the model you can add here. So you see 2421 parameters we can add. What you can do is check or search for it. So materials before, for example, materials and finishes, design properties. But you can also have base material and finishes beams. I'm searching for door material, mechanical material, identity data, like this. You can also hide or delete some categories, and you also can say material I want to see much higher. Update it, and now you have material. Now we see, so we can also use it as a check file. Now we see that there are no materials are applied. We can also use the levels. So the same, so these are the levels that are inside of the model. If you select one level, you get the view of the models or of the objects that are inside that model. You can see the objects that are related to that level. That was a correct sentence. See? And then we have a last thing. We can color the models by the status. So if you see this, you can give it another color, apply, and now we have it inside our model. What we can do also is right mouse button, show all objects, select it, and then you see here the properties. But what I wanted to show you is you can say isolate, show all objects. You can select an object and focus on it, delete selection or section, and then section box or section plane. We'll close this section box and it creates a section box around it. By clicking on the different phases of the section box, you can make it bigger or move it around like you see here. If you have a specific, I will put off the colors. If you have a specific view, you can save it. So now I create a section box, a selection box, and I say facility view, save as, and I say selection box. save. Now I have the selection box. If I close my project now and I go back to my test project, I have here my gallery, and I can also say selection box or show all objects. So if I delete the selection box, I first need to select it. You can say I want to delete it, or I want to move it. Show all objects like this. So first select an object, then right mouse button, you can create a plane or a selection box. I have another view I want to save. So what we saw in this video, or create extra filters and also create extra views, save as section. I want to save this, and maybe I want to see something in color, so I select it. Now I'm going to see an element type or asset properties, which are the properties I want to visualize. And for example, structural usage, it's interesting to see. So structural usage is this one. I want to see update. And now I'm going to structural usage, undefined, and I want to color them non-bearing or bearing in this model. So you saw how to select models, how to add parameters or filters, and how to create a selection box or a section plane, and how to see the parameters of the type of the asset properties. Maybe we can create a type common name. So also again, name, you see it's inside of type, type name, file name, load name, identity, data. No, it's a common type name section name key. I will search for name, and then you have to see that you create not a file name, identity data. It's under common view name. I wanted the identity data update like this, and then you have here the name, and you also can color on it. These are probably the names of the let's see, of the spaces. We don't see anything now because all of the filters are put on and off. This show all objects, and you see here now all the materials and all the let's say spaces are now visual. So you can also see the different spaces inside of these models. You see? So here you can create views based on different needs. Probably they are undefined here, like this. So I want to have this as a view, save as, and as a view, spaces in the model. In the next video, we go further to create systems.